some swing changes, specifically with his shoulder. They want to get more of a full shoulder turn. And when you look at his stats, he's fourth in driving distance on the PGA Tour. And now he's just completing his backswing, getting more of a shoulder turn. It's a scary thought because now he's first in driving distance. It's a very scary thought for the peers he's going up against.
Yeah, that's a good point. We know he is a long hitter, and interesting that kind of the coach and caddy have been on a different page to the player. But so essentially there are two stages to focus on, I guess, with Wolff, his setup and then the swing itself. So let's start with the setup. What kind of changes have he and his coach made leading into the swing?
For sure. So standing over the ball, the big thing for George and for Matt is his back of his armpits need to be directly over the balls of his feet. This is something we could all learn from, right? Otherwise, he feels like he's leaning over and he's crowding the ball. He's jamming himself. He talked after his record 61 on Thursday about being comfortable over every single golf shot. So it's crucial that instead of the miss for him is he can be drifting over his toes instead of over the balls of his feet with his armpits. So the key is he needs to flex those knees, and that also allows for a better shoulder turn, which is going to be dangerous stuff for a player who already hits it far.
Something we can all learn from, though. I'd not heard that tip about the armpits before. So then the swing itself, there have been several changes, I understand there. What can you tell us?
Yes, so with the swing, the big part is with his takeaway, as he goes back, they need to have more of a shoulder turn for both the left and the right shoulder. That's crucial for them. The other thing is at the top of his backswing, his arm, they want to make sure it's 90 degrees. You see how steep, one of the steepest takeaways in the game. And then his arm allows it to shallow the swing on the downswing. His right arm being 90 degrees. The last part is his wrist. He has a traditionally weak wrist, is one thing George mentions. And it's imperative. When he gets to the top of that backswing, he needs to bow that wrist at impact because they've been losing a lot of balls to the right. Think about you put this consistency, what this could lead to with that distance, and this is a very, very impressive player on the PGA Tour.
And maybe we see it all come together again this weekend. No doubt he has one of the most, if not the most unique swing in our game right now. Garrett, thank you so much for taking the time to share your insight and join us on Golf Central. We'll talk to you again soon.
You got it, Cara. Great to join you guys.
So with all that work Garrett's been talking about, you take a look at the first 10 rounds that Matthew Wolff has played on the PGA Tour this season. He has a cumulative 49 under par, with 9 of his rounds being 68 or lower, hitting over 76% of his greens in regulation and gaining 8 strokes on the field's putting. Bearing in mind there aren't even strokes gained statistics this week, so those numbers probably likely increased with his play so far